everybody, what's up? Welcome to today's video. I'm Brian K, and today we're going to learn about dynamics and how we can pull dynamics into our guitar playing. And we're going to use a really cool Beatles song to help us get there. Okay? Before we get into it though, I do want to mention, hey, everybody out on Rumble and out here on YouTube, thank you for your support. Thank you people who have subscribed, shared the video, commented. It does go a long way to help the channel, okay? And if you haven't done so already and you dig the content that I am bringing out here, go ahead, like, share, subscribe to the channel, comment on the videos. Those little things go a huge, huge way, okay, in helping the channel continue to grow. Okay, so let's get into it, all right? We're going to be talking about dynamics, okay, which is basically a volume thing. And that's really just one aspect of it though, like how loud or soft something is. The other, I think, overlooked really aspect of dynamics is intensity. Okay? How easygoing something may be sounding, how you can build something up with tension and create like a very intense impact. You know, like a crescendo leading up to like a big, big moment in a song where something starts off soft but hits real hard, right? That's part of dynamics as well. So not only is it a volume, like how low or loud, right, the sound is, but it's also how low and high is the intensity, right? The intensity factor, the emotion of the song, okay? So the song we're going to be looking at is off the White Album, a great record. Okay, and if you're not hip to the Beatles in any way, you should check out the White Album. Okay, but with that said, right, the song we're looking at is I'm So Tired, right? Now this song may seem kind of really not very complex really at face value. Okay, now but the song has extreme dynamics. Okay, and that's really where the complexity of the song is. It's in the dynamics, okay? Now there is a link to the Beatles version of the song, the Beatles recording, in the description. I can't play it on the video because I don't want the video to be taken down, all right? Copyrighted content, and you know how that can go, especially out here on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, Rumble, maybe not so bad, but YouTube, you play some copyrighted music, right, and they take you down. They'll take your video down. Okay, I don't want that to happen because I want you guys to learn the dynamics. So, if you're not familiar with the song, just check it out in the link and then come back here and I'll show you how to play it. Okay, but if you are familiar with the song, right? All right, here's what's going on. It's an A-B structure. So basically you have two sections of the song. You have an A section and you have a B section, which could be looked at as a verse section for the A section and a chorus, right, for the B section. And there's not a whole lot of chords going on, but what they do with the chords and how they build the intensity and the dynamics, that's where the song is like, has awesomeness in spades, okay? So we're in the key of A, okay? A major is our key today. It's an A major kind of day with the Beatles, right? And we're looking at this song, I'm So Tired. So here we go. It starts off soft, so the dynamics are chill, right? And there's a pickup, okay? There is a pickup, and that just means that you have some melodic notes, right? Some scale tones, some kind of notes, and it's A major scale, by the way, that they use for this, okay? And there's a pickup that comes in on the end of the 3 on the count in to the first bar where you start the song. And what that is real simple, right? It's just an E on the low E string, open E, then 2nd fret an F sharp, and then 3rd fret a G sharp, and then you go into the first chord of the song, which is going to be an A major chord. And most of the chord stuff, right, really all of the chord applications are all happening between like the 5th fret and the open strings, okay? So we're using some movable chord shapes, and I'm going to break it all down, but there's the intro. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and comes in. I'm so tired. The vocal, right? John Lennon's awesome vocals on the tune. But it's an A major, and we have 2 chords per bar in the verse here. And by the way, the tempo is about 66 BPM. Okay, so if you want to use your ticker to play and keep time, you're looking at 66 BPM. Okay? And the verse, right? A major, G sharp 7, right? Use the G sharp 7 bar chord here at the 4th fret, low E string root note, dominant 7 bar chord, right? G sharp 7. To good old D major, go open, can't go wrong. That's what they're doing in the song, and they're keeping everything down in this area of the fretboard, right? To E7. You could play E major too. You could do either one, but you could do a dominant 7 here. Okay? E major or E7, either one will get you there. Okay? And that's the first line, right? Of the verse. Okay, then the second line, right, goes into the second line of the verse where it's a little change. It's kind of neat what they do. It's all in the key of A major, by the way. We'll break that down a little bit later, talk about the relationship of the chords, but A, F sharp minor, to the D, to the E or E7. So, we're all doing A major chord changes basically, right? All A major. Okay? Then we have the third line where the intensity begins building, and we're going to play it that way in a minute, but let's just give you the chords, right? Okay, A major. Now, a chord from space. Okay? They were good at using chords from space on occasion in their songs, and this is one of them. Like the suspense chord, you know, total suspense chord from space, right? What is it? Okay, there's 2 ways to look at this chord. You could look at it as an E augmented, or you could look at it as a C augmented. Okay, 2 different ways of looking at this chord. Now, some people might say it's E augmented, but personally, I view it as a C augmented, and I'll get into that in a second. But how do you play it? Well, you know how you play your normal old C chord, right? Open position C. What you're going to do is you're going to take your first finger and you're going to bar the B string at the 1st fret and the G string at the 1st fret. Take the high and low E strings out of the picture. Take them out, mute them, and do this. And you have your chord from space. So I'm going to call it C augmented as opposed to E augmented. I'm not going to get into all the theory about it, but you can look at this chord either way. Okay? So I'm going to say it's a C augmented because that's what I hear in the melodic interpretation, and I'll talk about that in a minute, right? Okay, let's move on to the next chord. So we have the C augmented, then we have F sharp minor, right, to good old D. Okay, here's how the chords are going down in the verse, right? You got 3 lines of the verse, right? And starts off with the first line with A, G sharp 7 to the D, to the E or E7. Then the second line, A, F sharp minor, D, E or E7. Then the third line, A, C augmented, F sharp minor to D. Okay? And this builds. Starts off real easy, right? And it gets a little bit, intensity starts building here. Real free on the D. Okay, now we go into the B section or the chorus section. Okay, heavy dynamic shift. The last line in the verse with the chord from space, the C augmented, right? That's building tension to where we get a pretty intense smack upside the head, right? Or smack upside the ears, let's put it that way, of intensity with dynamics on the chorus, which goes into basically an A chord to an E chord to a D, right? But it's like Chicago blues rhythm riff stuff, right? And this is where the attitude comes in. This is intensity here. It's to be played that way. And then there's a quick hit and there's silence, and then it goes back into the verse with the pickup, right? So here's how you want to approach this. I'll go from the verse into the chorus section and listen to how you want to build your dynamics here. You want to start off softly, but when you get into that verse section, you're going. Don't be afraid to put something on it, right? Okay, so we start off, right? Real easy. So you strum easy strumming, right? Not too heavy, but a little more intense here. And then dynamics, the verse repeats. You got your second verse, right? Back to the beginning. Easy. Right? Start getting a little more intense, right? Real free on the D, and then you let them have it, right? Rhythm riffs on the A chord, E, same rhythm riff, D, pretty free. Hit the A and cut it. So the rhythm riff for the verse is just simply going to be basically like a 5-chord. A5, A string, and the D string predominantly, okay? Really is mostly what you're playing, and it's just, so I'm muting basically everything else, okay? No low E, no high E string, no B string, not really any G string. You can let that come in sometimes when you're on the A part, but when you come in with your ring finger on the, you know, you got your first finger at the 2nd fret of the D string, but then you put your ring finger down at the 4th fret of the D string. You don't want to hear anything, just the 2 A string and the D string. Just want to hear that. But when you play the A, you can get the top part of that A chord in there, but don't, just keep the high E out, right? And you don't be afraid to smack it. Put something on it for this part, because that's what the song requires, okay? And there's 2 bars here for the A chord. Then rinse and repeat on the E. Just move that same thing down to the E. Open E string, and then you have your first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then the ring finger is going to come in on the 4th fret of the A string. And it's the same approach. It's just now on the low E string and A string for the E chord. 2 bars. Then the D can be played rather freely, right? And when you go to the A chord, you cut it off. And then the count starts, right? And goes back into the last verse where you have your same pickup like you started the song. You know, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you're back in. Nice and chill, right? A little more intensity, right? And then you go back into the chorus. And again, don't Don't be gingerly about it, just go for it. For the A, the E, and then the D. 2, 3, 4, repeat the D to the A. 2, 3, 4, and the last one. And that's the whole song. Okay? So, the way to practice this is to practice that structure of the song. And I'll go through that right now with the metronome, right? So you set your metronome at 66. Right, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and right, intro into the chords. You go easy here. Third line a little more intense, but not super intense. Verse, ease up, right? For the build-up section, right? Here comes the verse or the chorus, right? And then you let them have it, right? Two, 3, and 4, right? Intro. And then the dynamic comes back down, right? A little bit more intense for the third line. And then here comes the verse. Let them have it again, right? Right? D to A again. 2, 3, 4, last time, right? And that's it. That is the song. And this song is a fantastic vehicle for you to be able to put dynamics into your guitar playing with a cool tune. So have a good time with this, okay? And of course, if you have any questions or comments, put them on the video. If there's anything that, maybe another song or something that you might like to hear a lesson on, let me know. Or any topic, guitar, guitar-oriented topic that you'd like me maybe to cover, throw those down in the comments because I read the comments, okay? All right, until next time, enjoy putting dynamics into your guitar playing. Enjoy some cool Beatles music, right, on your guitar. And we'll catch you next time.